and welcome to Silent Hill Ascension. What if? And we are here for the last time together on Silent Hill Ascension. What if? I am, of course, Noah. Today I forgot to wear makeup again, but you'll forgive me. And I have here Gothuardo.
Promised it. There weren't many shows left. Let's put it that way.
That's amazing. Well, let's put the random show in the background as the audience processes our transformations.
Of course. So the run of show, today's different because it is the final What If show. We've been through a lot, but we're going to watch some of those Final Fate scenes together. We're going to watch, because you've all come here tonight, we're going to watch some exclusive bonus scenes that are not in that playlist. Trust me, we're going to show a lot of them. This is going to be a final celebration of Silent Hill Ascension tonight. Noah, back to you.
Oh my God, I can't believe we're here in the final time. Well, production, can you pull up the content tree, please? This is the final time you're going to climb up the tree with me. So this is going to be a different What If show. As it's our last show together, we will show you some of the alternative endings that could have happened, on top of premiering some what if scenes. We want to thank you for tuning in live to Silent Hill Ascension all the way with us. Some of the videos lack music. We'll let you know which ones, but you will get to see a glimpse of all Silent Hill Ascension could have offered. If you're interested in seeing all the videos for the decisions you made this past week, do not worry. They will be available in the What If playlist as usual. Now, Eduardo, can you detail the final fate scenes that we will check out? Production, can you please put those up on screen?
Absolutely. So we had space for free. Don't worry, the one with Brit will be in the What If playlist. But tonight we have got Meltdown. Eric makes a decision about how to protect Faith. In the process, the truth about his involvement in the steel mill accident is revealed. And then we have, who else but the mothers, Rachel's fate and Astrid's fate, where everything that Rachel has done coalesces in one final encounter with her trauma. And for Astrid, the collective weight of Astrid's choices weave together to decide her fate. And Noah, during the canon run, we just about had these characters redeem themselves, just about on the nick of time for Eric, just about on the nick of time for Rachel. Astrid kind of went the whole way, but What If was a little different, of course.
Yeah, and What If it was all the ups and downs? It was crazy. We saw every different scenario. It wasn't just like a redemption season, the What If season. It wasn't like a damnation. It was a mix. There was a lot of suffering, gorgeous, delicious suffering, and there was a lot of redemption and damnation. And here we are now, with all the decisions that the audience made, and we got to see some really unexpected things. We got introduced to bad Astrid. We got to see kind of Eric kind of standing up to Rachel a little bit more, and then not standing up to her at all. It was a real roller coaster, I would say, right?
No, for sure. And it's interesting. It's also funny, right? Because during the canon run, someone like Britt was protected the whole time. So seeing Britt taking a really dark turn, definitely a whole ordeal. I actually liked, I think Rachel's damnation arc the most, because it feels like the character she was always meant to be.
Right. Rachel, I love that this time she didn't poke her eye out, and and she didn't dump her kid in the fire. Wait, she did. Anyway, Rachel was just our beloved Rachel, but even more sassy. Now, we'll look at the decisions made for the character's final fate. Production, can you please put those up on screen? And Gothuardo will gothly show us through them.
Absolutely. So what will Eric do about Rachel's plan? The damnation option, he'll execute it. In the redemption option of the canon run, he warned the victims. Interestingly, for Rachel, the alternative is the actual redemption scene, because during the canon run, you chose the Ascension ritual, which was damnation. Tonight, we're actually seeing what happens when Rachel chose wisely. And then we have, what will Astrid do about the townspeople demanding Orson? In the canon run, you wanted to protect Astrid and Orson, so had defended Orson from townsfolk. But tonight, we're going to see have Orson attack them with, I don't want to spoil it, that scene is delightful.
Yeah, let's just say Orson, I don't want to say anything, honestly, because I don't want to spoil it, but it's going to be a lot for us to digest here. Final Fate, if you recall, in the canon run, it ended with, I see Drew maybe has an idea. In the canon run, we got to see, like turtleneck Howgrid, basically all domesticated in their house after the dust settles, and of course the demise of Eric, and it seemed like things are going right with Brit. Of course, Brit remained so Brit, so that was kind of a redemption-y ending for the canon run. And now we're seeing there is one redemption, but do not let it mistake you. No, do not be mistaken. Do not let it mistake you is a cool way to say it, though. I think it's still going to be brutal. I don't remember who said it in chat, but somebody said, I think maybe Atai, that Rachel, even when she was in redemption, she's always domination, even when she's redemption, No,
I mean, for sure. It's
yeah, Ty said it. Rachel was always domination, even while being a redemptioner.
No, she is. And the thing here is we're actually just seeing the scenes that kind of set up. Afterwards, we'll get the chance to check out the endings. This is obviously the scenes that are linked to the decisions. A little bit of different. For sure, the last one you'll see has a very different shift. But I kind of enjoy all of them. So, I mean, Noah, might be time.
It is indeed time. So, production, without further ado, let us premiere the Final Fate scenes.
She has to be here.
Listen.
Daddy? Mommy?
Are you hurt?
We're gonna get you out of here.
They want me to do something bad again, but I want to go home. I want to go home and be a family again.
We'll always be a family in some way. Even if Mommy and I can't find our way back together.
Eric, they're here. You have to go.
I need you to be a very brave girl right now.
Daddy?
Keep her safe.
Come on, Faith. We need to get you out of here.
Mommy?
Hello, Mother. You've come to witness the arrival of the great empath and reap what you've sown.
Rachel!
I have. Then you know what must be done.
Come on, we have to hurry.
Just give me a second. Shit.
I thought you knew how to work this.
I've never done this before. This was Toby's job, not mine.
But before, you said you tried to shut it down. Eric, what really happened that day?
I was just trying to help.
What did you do?
When I found Toby passed out, I tried shutting everything down. They told me to do it.
Who told you to?
I didn't know what I was doing. So I pushed a button, and I'm sorry, Nora.
You killed all those people. My brother. And you let your best friend take the blame. You're a fucking monster, Eric.
Nora, please. Shit. I have to do it.
What have you done?
Mommy?
You're okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What?
Great Purifier, shed us of our unrighteous blight that we may present ourselves blameless before you.
Faith, stay close to me.
Oh, God.
The Collector. Don't look, Faith. Close your eyes. Faith?
Rachel, you have to finish the ritual.
Faith!
Rachel, we have to finish the ritual.
You were right. I was cursed. But now I'm going to make it right. I am blighted. My words are woe. My deeds are rot.
Rachel, no!
Mommy!
But I am not lost. By hallowed blade, I draw out my affliction. And I am made pure. Faith?
Are you okay? I heard shouting inside.
We're okay, Leo.
There's the boy!
Give us the boy so we can end this!
Angel, these people are here to hurt you. So you have to hurt them first.
Yes, Mama.
Enough of this! Let's get...
Angel, that's enough.
Orson, stop!
Oh my god, that was a lot to sink your teeth in, huh? I know. Well, let's put the Final Fate Showcase video in the background as we talk about it. So that's called Astrid's Fate. The collective weight of Astrid's choices weave together to decide her fate. Okay, well... Eduardo, so the question is, did he chomp before he stabbed, or did he just straight stab?
I mean, from my perspective, I just love the perspective of, like, you know, we don't know exactly how Orson does it to start with. We just know he gets the job done. And that is all you can really ask for a prodigy. Is like, you know, they're magical, right? They just know things at a level that our mere mortals can't understand. Orson is at another level of awfulness that only true villains can aspire to. Really fantastic work here from Mother Astrid.
Yeah, I love the vigor he stabs with. It's really like, this boy has some pep in his stab, you know? It really goes along. You can see he's been wanting to do this for a while, and maybe he has already done this before. You know, we also, let's give a shout out to Carl. I know he's long gone because Eduardo, before it was revealed, he came out of the goth closet. Before that, he was the captain of the ship and took Carl far, far away. But Carl, a hunter, right? So maybe he, like, of course, that's how you hunt, right? You like viciously stab the animal in the eye, right? Or in the face. Or
yeah, that's clearly a very powerful hunting technique right there. You know, I mean, Eric, I preferred Orson's method. Eric was much more indirect in his mass murdering. Like, he's just like, oh, I'll close the doors from far away. No. Orson gets it directly in there. I'm a big fan. Eric, apart from, you know, the look at the very end, which I'm a fan of, obviously, you know, kind of like let the machine do the dirty work. I'm not as big a fan. I like the more direct approach. Very big fan here of Orson's approaches compared to Eric's. And then Rachel had a little bit of a one-on-one moment. Let's not forget.
Right, and Eric is also, that was kind of a cop-out, you know? That was kind of a cop-out, you know? It's a how do you call it? It's anyway, it's not a cool murder. It's like a, you know, it's like a pussy murder. Sorry, I can't find another word. But like, that's what you do when you don't want to see the people actually die. You're like, oh, I didn't do it. But of course, he was at the chokehold of Rachel. So anyway, but let's talk about something else now that I'm really excited to talk about. Eduardo, take us through it.
Yeah, so production is going to put that up on screen in a bit. While we're going to talk about our favorite host what if scenes, I did want to shout out Mr. P-Slosh talked about Layla. We don't actually have Layla's choice here, but I do want to acknowledge that Layla was with us and was obviously somebody, like, we miss working with her. If she's listening to this, we had a delightful time with you, but like, we're going to put up, production's going to put that up on screen, the host what if scenes, what were kind of our favorites, Felipe's choice, Noah's choice, and my choice. Those are screen. Felipe's choice, it sounds like dying. So that was the scene where stabby, shanky with Xavier. A wonderful scene, both canon and what if. Then we kind of have, Noah, your choice, Eric's alignment, where he decides to get down with Krista. And then finally, we have Making Barbara Talk, which was my favorite, where, Eric grows a pretty dark backbone right there.
Yeah, it is pretty dark. By the way, I just, after I said it already, I remembered what the word was that I was gonna say. That was an appropriate word. And the word was coward. It's a coward's murder. I don't know why. But anyway, let's talk about Felipe's scene for a second. That's the one where Xavier gets shanked, as you said, by Rachel. A classic in original or in what if form. So this is like a real classic moment. Xavier just can't not die by the hands of our vicious Lady Rachel.
No, for sure. Production, it might be possible to show these as well. I think we have these prepped in the background, and we want to see let's see Xavier be stabbed. I'm always a big fan of watching that scene. It's always a delight. You can put it on loop, for like the delight of everybody. Like, it's nice when things come to an end, and especially when that end concerns Xavier. It was a great ending. May he rest in pieces. Actually, he was a wonderful person to make other people rest in pieces. So I am a big fan of Xavier essentially biting the dust, so to speak. But Noah, let's talk about your choice, Eric's alignment. Why that scene?
Okay, so that scene, I know it's like a pretty simple scene, it's seemingly, but it's not simple at all because it's a major change in our arc. Where Eric finally, it's funny because in the What If season, we really didn't see him go with Krista at all. It was like, I just want to merge you with Xavier. You get away from here, you wicked woman. I don't want no business with you in the Morgie. And he kept rejecting her and declining her. And then all of a sudden, te amo. This was a crazy change there. And I thought that Krista, she had a tough time in the What If run. And I thought this is a moment of not literally redemption, but it was a little bit of a redemption moment for Krista, right?
I think it came down to Felipe's choice makes sense now, right? I mean, Xavier's gone, and Eric's got to move on. He's got to find a new hot piece on the side. So, I get it. But what's better than the hot piece on the side is getting rid of the old piece that was right by there and made your life a living misery. And to be fair, this is I think the accumulation of the damnation arc of Rachel. She just thinks she's better than everyone, can take everybody down, and then at some point Eric just snaps. And this was a really dark scene, complete 180 on the character. And the fact that he pulls the trigger in the scene, to me, makes it really memorable.
It's definitely hardcore. And I think also that, by the way, I had a thought that I never, for some reason, thought about before in the What If season. You know how the Entangler and the Collector, they kind of seem to be like a lock and key in a way. Think about it. They seem to be fitting for each other. But now Eduardo will detail the Norway key scenes we'll check out. So production, can you put this up on screen?
Cyclops asking Noah to check the Discord for fan art. Whatever could that be about? So the Norway key scenes. We got Remedy coming up, and by the way, these are not available in the What If playlist. These are the unique bonus scenes you're gonna get. You lovely people tonight. Brit faces off against her personal demons in a final encounter, and then we'll have the epilogue for Still Darling. We're actually gonna show both. We're going to show the one with no survivors, and we're going to show the one with Astrid suffering. Essentially, we're going to see the effects of Astrid's final fates, the fates of Carl and Britt, felt throughout the town. Based on kind of what happened in What If, the no survivors ending was the one that was most likely. But because Astrid's kind of end scene, again, these scenes won't have music in them, right? Because they were kind of made, but like because they weren't going to happen because of the character arcs, music is missing in parts, and the Astrid scene specifically would have felt a little bit wrong. But trust me, her suffering epilogue really worth watching. And when I got a chance, when picking these scenes to choose them, and it's just gonna bring tears because it's a very much darker take on the relationship between Astrid and Hagen because they are together.
Yeah, they're not turtlenecking cozy in a family dinner this time around. This is a kind of a different twist there. And I see that Mr. P. Slosh is for the no music. He says it's the best formula for Silent Hill. We didn't want to take away from the pain of the scenes by distracting you with musical stylings. So of course everything we do here is absolutely intentional and planned, especially on the hosted show, as you know. So be prepared because it's gonna be quite different. And by the way, also I didn't really mention Rachel being forever alone now. What an appropriate way to end for Rachel, because really she always felt alone, and now she has the reason to complain, which I think for her is actually an award, that she will have a reason to be miserable and make everybody else miserable. But there is nobody else to make miserable anymore except a bunch of fingers and gouging entanglers that are throbbing at her. Anyhow, without further ado, production, let's premiere those Norway scenes, and hang on tight because it's not gonna be pretty this time for Brit.
Astrid! What the hell?
Would you like to share anything with the group today? Britt?
Oh, fuck! I could stop this, Britt. I don't know what you want from me! No! Oh, God, no! Ah! 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 Mama. Goodbye, Astrid. Your life was hard. And it made you hard. But that's all over now. For all of us.
You're right to hide in this pen like the pig you are. Too weak to face what's out there.
He's not like you. Not like her.
Then what are you hiding from?
Mama? Mama? Why are you in there? Why aren't you speaking? Are you mad at me, Mama? Please don't go too, Mama.
Astrid. Look, you've been through a lot, but your boy needs you. We all do. His town does.
Come on, Mama, it's time to play. Olivia's here too. Mama?
Hey, Orson. Why don't we head into town? I have an officer watching her. She'll be okay. How about some ice cream? And we get away from here for a while.
Dio mio, welcome back! Oh, wow. That was quite a difference. Now, in the background here, we have the epilogue Stilledalen scene, Astrid's suffering scene. In Stilledalen, the effect of Astrid's final fate and the fates of Carl and Britt are felt throughout the town. And that's a really powerful scene.
Right. I mean, they are together. We still have Astrid and Hagen together. A little bit, not very turtlenecky though. A little more.
Not cozy.
No.
Like it basically she put herself in the drunk tank this time for being catatonic and grieving, but the drunk tank is the goat tank here in Stilledalen.
Yeah. There is like one part of this scene that is really heartwarming, which brings tears to my eyes, of course, but it's when Orson calls Olivia. It's
right, and a type mixed it up, I saw. Yeah,
that little touch. But yeah, I mean, it's the suffering scene in a way. It would have been very difficult to have, I think, with the decisions that were made. But it's yes, Art Musarvish. Suffering is worse than damnation. I felt the same. When people are gone, they're gone. You cry, you grieve, you move on. This is possibly worse than death. Like, I mean, Astrid gets to have a conversation with Eva for who knows how long. And then Olivia and Orson have to just see as the person they loved and cared about is no longer themselves.
Yeah, she survived, but at what cost? And of course, we saw Britt stuck in her own private limbo of eternal fires. In the rehab place, in the support group place. That was also kind of a terrible surprise.
Yeah, that was straightforward awfulness, right? It's more
that was straightforward suffering. Yeah. And you're burning again. That's literally how hell is described, literally. Yeah. It's still nice to see it, even though we heard about it, that it's literally an inferno. But yeah, I saw also somebody call our buddy the emulator Flame Gorilla, and I really like this nickname. So just shout out to whoever said that.
Well, Flame Gorilla is a good name for it. And, it's kind of a weird, in a way, like it's the Norway ends there that are alternative, very cold, literally, but also like just full of fire. It's like, do you want to be burned alive or left out frozen in the cold? And it doesn't seem like either option.
Sorry.
Right. Well, actually, being out in the cold actually has a little bit of nostalgia, but it was a little different. Certainly not the nice, cozy home weather. Our grandfather is gone. Like, he's just gone to another farm. Literally, actually, not that. Just literally gone to another farm. And we get to chill and drink tea. No, not here.
No coziness and turtlenecks for us, but now it is time for us to shift our focus to Pennsylvania key scenes. Production, can you please put those up on screen and Eduardo will take us through them?
Absolutely. So again, these are exclusively available to you tonight. They are not in the What If playlist.
The chat is cracking me up. I'm sorry. Magic Marmont here saying Flame Gorilla and Orson is a buddy cop gun rock movie.
It's only one we could watch, like, spin-offs. But Sins of the Father. Eric confronts the mistakes, and there were many, in his past in the other world one last time. We get Rachel's fate. Everything that Rachel has done coalesces in one final encounter with her trauma. And then we get that epilogue in Hope's Junction, where the loose threads of Rachel, Eric, and Toby's fates are unraveled. This time, little interesting note, the Eric scene does have a lack of music in the middle. Now, Rachel was almost dead. So those two scenes, Rachel's fate and epilogue's Hope's Junction, were fully made. You get to benefit tonight of what really could have been. Really, it came down to that last. We haven't mentioned Endure in a long time, but it came down to that last Endure that changed everything. But tonight, because you stuck around with us, you get to see a lot more darkness occur.
You know I love me the darkness, even though I'm showing my naturally tan skin. But I do love me the darkness. And yeah, Pennsylvania, there's been many accusations in Pennsylvania. I would say there was more, like in Norway the whole time, it was always like blaming the Johansons. Where in Pennsylvania, there was a lot of blame shifting. There was like, one time it's Krista's fault, one time it's Xavier's fault, one time it's Barbara's fault, one time it's Toby's fault. Mostly it was Toby's fault. And of course, we all know that everything always is Rachel's fault. But, the people in Hope's Junction weren't quite convinced that everything's Rachel's fault. Sometimes the most charismatic leaders are horrible, horrible people. I can think of some, but so don't freak out by the lack of music, because it only makes it powerful. And I see that Mr. Peacelosh is asking, no, Eduardo, are you vampires? Be honest. No comment. I think this is for another lifetime for us to reveal. Anyhow, production, can you please premiere the Pennsylvania scenes?
I know what you did. You hurt people.
I had no choice.
Daddies aren't supposed to do bad things.
Faith, listen.
You said we'd always be a family. I don't want you in my family anymore. You're pathetic.
Faith, sweetie, please. You don't understand. No. Please, I didn't mean to.
That's the whole problem with you. Goodbye, Daddy.
finally know why you're here. People forgot their place, and mine. They refused to obey, and now we're all paying for their sins. But now I've seen beyond all that and know that the true path forward is my path, and they will follow. Help me. I'm sorry.
Talking to monsters? I don't remember any of that.
It's a good thing not to remember.
And now Mommy and Daddy are gone? Forever?
I'm sorry, Faith. But I promise, it's all over now, and I'll take good care of you. Your mother was my friend. But your father loved you very much. That's why I'm gonna take care of you. Because though things were complicated between all of us, everyone wanted the best for you.
I hope this is what's best.
It's what we have.
Welcome back, audience. So we have in the background here, epilogue, Hope's Junction. In Hope's Junction, the loose threads of Rachel, Eric, and Toby's fates are unraveled. Okay, now, I love me some Krista. She's such a caring lady. I love her. Like, everybody hates on her, but really she was the most loving in the show, I feel like. She only oozed love for Eric. She cared about the Faith, the child, and now she's adopting her, pretty much.
Yeah, oozing love is quite the choice of words. But aside from that, this is a good ending, right? We get to see Krista finally take over. Like, honestly, she was, like, for me, the leading lady in Pennsylvania. The local woman of mystery. Like, a lot behind her, had to deal with a lot of, let's be honest, a lot of crap. Like, being frank in that area. And, like, here she gets to take care of Faith. She finally gets to be the family she always wanted to be. minus the horrible husband, I guess. You know, so it all worked out perfectly, right? Great ending. Perfect. No notes. Fantastic. Even the red door, you know, a little bit of decoration at night, a little bit of ominousness. It's perfect.
Yeah, you know, some people just like to have a red light on, and it's perfectly normal. I actually do see people doing that, and I'm always wondering if they're killers or something. But yeah, that was a crazy one. And also, let's talk about that scene with Rachel. That was a crazy one. I saw Midnight OTW called it really, captured it the best. Midnight OTW said, I understand everything now. It was everybody else's fault. And that's so Rachel. I feel like that's right on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if you might see my little snarler here, but they're very excited.
Like, it was just like perfect. It's like, I know what was wrong. I should have dominated them all, and they're all wrong. It's perfect. No, like honestly, it really encapsulated the character in a way that like I thought it was a great end. She like was delusional until the end, until somebody didn't have to point out her delusion, just got rid of her. You know, just bye. See, shaking doesn't work against everything.
Bye, Felicia. Well, not really, I don't know. But bye, Felicia for Rachel. And I like Leonard. Oh, never mind. I see that there is a demand to see the Snarler. Perhaps I will be able to do that later on. But yeah, these were really, really different, these scenes. And of course, okay, let's talk about Eric. So we thought all this time that Eric doesn't have a spine, but apparently he does because his daughter broke it and killed him.
No, yeah. Like we got confirmation that Eric does indeed have a spine and just rejects her father. But like, you know, like Orson, great kid. She doesn't go like, she's not like her dad who does things at a distance. She's like, no, you're not a great person. I'm gonna get rid of you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Bye.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Daddy.
I'm going with Krista because you should have said yes in the Morgie and not at the very last minute. So anyway, I thought that was a powerful way to die because, of course, Eric dies anyway, but not by the hands of his own offspring. This is quite a sight to see. And again, a proof of a smile. No, sorry, I was distracted. Of a spine. But now we have a special treat for you. We have one final bonus scene for you. So please enjoy this alternative for the Collector.
Will it hurt?
Let go.
What happened to you? Hey, listen!
No. No more.
Welcome back, audience. Well, that was the last surprise we had for you. All that's left to say is goodbye, and I'm gonna let Gothuardo wrap up for us.
Absolutely, and it's delightful that you're letting me wrap up, as Thunder is actually happening right outside my door, so who knows how long. Well, I should have been by candlelight. That was a little bit of lasting, but
now I'm going to pray for you and put all my candles and garlics.
Yeah. Well, I mean, outside the Pennsylvania door, there were a lot of dark candles. There were a lot of candles actually in Pennsylvania. It's pretty. We got lots of that.
Right.
So Norway, we got in the What If show. We kind of got to see like what could have been. We could have. I don't think we would have ever seen Brit in danger. I think the audience was always on her side. That was like a pretty definite. She would have been safe, but you got to see what happened when she was burned to a crisp. What happens when, she doesn't get the help she needs or is seeking for. In the What If playlist, you can actually check out the scene where she kills her doppelganger. It is well worth watching. We had a ton to show tonight. We had to pick a few, but that would be one I would recommend for sure. Astrid, I think the one where Hagen and Astrid are together, but Astrid is catatonic, that is definitely one of the darker endings. And I think it was like a very fitting ending for kind of the What If season, even though we were very much on the path of damnation. Technically, Astrid would have been burned to a crisp by the, immolator. I kind of prefer like that take, this take of like, yes, they are together, but something went wrong. But at least Orson and Olivia literally finally made up. And Chopper's got to live his best life. We saw otherwise in Pennsylvania what I think was the more appropriate ending. Krista coming up on top, Rachel dying delusional, Eric dying for his sins. Really fantastic all across. Pennsylvania's alternative What If ending, wow, spectacular, wonderful. Faith with finally a parent she deserves who will take care of her. Well, I mean, and to be fair, probably she won't kill. So, like both ways around, like, maybe Faith chose Krista. That's the way you put it, right? Like, decided, the parents I got, not good enough. So, production, we have one last slide, right? We got an important date that's coming up. We actually have that definition. This got kind of announced. So, the next series, DC Heroes United, will have its exclusive first look at San Diego Comic-Con 2024. We will be Friday, July 26th, if you're in the area, in room 6. I'm going to read this. I'm sorry. My eyes are good, but they're not that...
666. Just kidding, just 6.
Oh, that'd be great. 6 DE, 10 to 11 a.m. We'll show the very first footage, announce their stellar voice cast. They are actually quite stellar. And I've seen a list. And tell you all about DC New Earth 212. So, fan of that series? You won't want to miss out on that information. Reminder again, even though this is our last show, episodes and all the What If scenes available to view at your leisure and at your pleasure. That's it from me on the announcements. I kind of had a chance to say the goodbye during the canon run. I get a chance again in the postseason, so to speak, with the What If show. I can't believe you're still here with us, I'll be honest. But it is a delight that you're here. And it was a delight to be with you all the way since we started on that Halloween night up to right now. Thank you so much again for being here. I can't say it enough. Back to you, Mel.
My lovely audience, I have so many things to say, and my brain is like overwhelmed because really, you've been here the whole time. We've been together since Halloween, as Eduardo said. I've been here for really pretty much all of it, and you've been right here with me, and I wouldn't be able literally to do this without your audience. So thank you so much. You watched me grow from 15 to 16 years old during this run. Many things happened. I got remarried, I got divorced. I started an international foundation for women's rights. Just kidding. I didn't do any of that. But what we did do is we merged and we tooted and we had our chanclas and we had our OnlyFans and we had so many different beautiful and horrible, beautifully horrible things together. But audience, I really want to thank you again once more. The Morgy wouldn't have happened without you. None of this would have happened without you. You are the reason we are here. And now, before I take my final rest and go back into my coffin, I just want to tell you, may the merge be with you for the last time. And I hope to see you all in other shows. And I love you, audience. Mwah.